What's going on, beautiful humans in the world? My name is Pope, and I'm here to talk to you about something that you probably never heard of. Now, stuff that I've been doing so far, I've been doing a lot of, like really kind of standard stuff, like your Jurassic Park and your Nintendo stuff. Hellraiser, which was a little bit more of a cult classic. But I'm good, and so I went to Braylon. I was having a hard time because I was working on Alien, and it just kind of I wasn't getting it across the way I wanted to. So I went to Braylon and cried to him. He's a good friend of mine, and I cried to him, and he said, "Well, why don't you do this or this or this or this?" And Raptor Red came up, and so Raptor Red is going to be this episode. Now, Raptor Red is an excellent book. It's by Robert T. Bakker. There's a lot to know about it, and there's a lot of background that kind of is how it goes. But what you need to understand, first of all, is that it is literally a book from the first-person perspective of a raptor. And so you might be saying, okay, Devin, how are you going to take a book about a raptor and make it funny? And to this I say, shut the fuck up and watch the video, okay? Jesus, y'all motherfuckers always asking so many fucking questions. Can't just let somebody fucking shine on their own. You gotta ask all these questions. So, now the thing you need to know about Raptor Red is that there is this dude, okay? His name is Robert Bakker. You might notice that he looks a little bit like Cowboy Hat Guy from Jurassic Park in my depiction, and the reason is because Cowboy Hat Guy was actually referencing Robert Bakker. Bakker actually had two references in Jurassic Park. First, Alan Grant was made to be a little bit like him. The second thing is actually that in the second movie, the character is no, that was Burke, wasn't it? Anyway, fuck it. Okay, so the other thing is that Tim in the first movie says, I read your book. And then there's this other guy, Bakker, and he said that dinosaurs have big old swinging donkey dicks. And that was a direct reference to Bakker. So, you might be asking me, okay, who the fuck is Robert Wacky Tabaki? And who he is he was the dinosaur advisor on Jurassic Park. And that's him, and he has shades, of course, because this is Pope Explains. All right. And so what he did was Steven Spielberg called him when he had dinosaur questions. So an interesting fact, actually, about Jurassic Park that a lot of people don't know is that a velociraptor... All right, I'm going to just draw a real quick velociraptor here because it's the only thing I can draw with any sort of competence. Right? And that's his hand. Okay, fuck you, that's his hand. Shut up. That's his Pete's. All right? A velociraptor is not the size of a person. Yay. The velociraptor is actually about the size of a chicken. Okay? So he might be the size of a person if you are a vertically challenged person. I don't know what the correct terminology for that is today. Little person? I don't know. So velociraptors are about that big. Look at this guy's torso. That motherfucker has a huge torso. All right. So, Steven Spielberg had a problem because he wanted people to actually be scared of the velociraptors, but he wanted Jurassic Park to be kind of have some kind of basis in real life, at least as far as he could, using 1993 science and technology. 92, actually. And so he calls up Bakker, and Bakker's like, "Sup, bitch?" And Spielberg, who has a hat just like me, except he wears it forward, that looks more like, those old combat hat. Okay. This is not a good Spielberg. He's got a beard, right? I don't, okay. Guys, he looks like a Civil War fighter. Like, I give him a pistol. I give him a rifle, Just, whoop, whoop. That's a terrible depiction. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, let's just pretend this is Steven Spielberg. And that's a long camera with a telescopic lens. All right? Steven Spielberg calls him up and he's like, yo, I want these velociraptors to be scary. Well, Robert Bakker actually had just discovered a new raptor called a Utah raptor that was roughly man size. Okay? That's his feats. All right. So he told Spielberg, okay, I have this raptor. He exists. He's called Utah Raptor. Use him. And Steven Spielberg did, but kept... so the Utah Raptor, because he was discovered, guess where, right? No longer Utah Raptor, Velosa. And so it's really funny because Velociraptor actually became kind of a household name, but you're talking about the wrong dinosaur. Now, you might be asking, Pope, you already did your Jurassic Park one. Why are you talking about all this? Because Bakker was smart, and he capitalized on the whole situation with dinosaur mania that happened in 1993 when Jurassic Park came out. And he released a book, and I'm going to use color for this, called Raptor Red. And there's a dinosaur that looks like a shark. That looks like a box with teeth. It's a raptor. Shut up. Okay. So he released it, and it was a very popular book for dorks like me. And so I loved it. I thought it was great. I was just a little kid. I was like, dude, oh my God, it's a book from the first person perspective of a dinosaur. Other people were like, yo, weed, or yo, titties, or yo, like whatever else kids like. Yeah, the internet wasn't really much of a thing back then, okay? Don't judge me. But me, I was like a first person perspective. I might as well just start a fapping right there. This is little me. And this is my fucking Raptor Red boner. Pew, pew, pew. All right. So what is Raptor Red about? Well, basically, Raptor Red is about survival. It is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly not funny, but it is a really good book and well worth checking out. Basically, you got this raptor. Her name is Raptor Red, obvious fuckingly. And she doesn't actually have a name because she's a goddamn raptor. And so the reason she's called Raptor Red is actually because she has a red stripe going down her face or something. Okay? And she is just trying to do what raptors do, i.e. survive, fuck, reproduce, fuck, eat, fuck, eat, fuck. If you get that reference, you rule. Oh, actually, I messed it up. The correct reference looks like this. Let's do it right, guys. Here on Pope Explains, we don't do shit wrong. This is the proper reference that I'm making. Okay? So if you get that, put it in the comments, and I will give you a digital pat on the back or on the ass, depending on how you feel about sexual harassment. Okay, so with that said, the whole story really revolves around Raptor Red trying to find herself some raptor penis. I don't know what a raptor penis looks like, but I'm going to assume it's like a dog. So you got a red rocket, you know what I mean? And that's kind of how it goes. So Raptor Red is trying to find this because she wants to have some little Raptor Reds, ironically not named Raptor Blue, because that would have been a really good premonition for future Jurassic Park movies. And she wants to have babies. So what happens is, and the story is it starts out, and she's just trying to survive, right? So she's hunting alone. And I think Raptor Red started out with a pack or something like that, and something happened. But the thing is raptors... Oh, Christ, I didn't even know that was possible. Okay. Raptor Red is a raptor, and they're pack hunters. And what that means is she really can't survive by herself. She needs other raptors to help. There's power in numbers with these pack hunters. You see these kind of things oh my, what the, God, that neck though. Dude, she's got a neck like Corey Taylor in this picture. Look at this, man, fucking, she's joining Slipknot, alright? And then, they kind of put the things on here. Okay, so Raptor Red's joining Slipknot. Anyway, I can't believe I can still do that S. Guys, please tell me that S isn't fucking for the Gestapo or something. It's some racist shit that I've been doing my entire life and don't know about. Because I don't know what it is or why it exists. But Raptor Red has to find other raptors, and so she finds some other raptors. She finds this one raptor, and he's all like, nah. I guess her titties weren't on point. Her raptor titties weren't on point. He wasn't into them. Or maybe her raptor pussy wasn't on point. I don't know. I I cannot determine the sexual viability of dinosaurs. I do love dinosaurs and think they're the greatest thing in the world, but this is not something I'm an expert at. Call Backer. Okay? He'll be able to tell you. But for whatever reason, he wasn't into it. I think what it was maybe it's because she had bugs. I think she had bugs. And he was like, oh, well, you have bugs, so you're nasty. To be fair to this dinosaur, when you see somebody and they've got bugs in real life, you probably automatically take them off of your mating list. If you're smart. Okay? Now look, crabs are completely curable. Okay? But that doesn't mean it's fun while you're curing them. Take it from your Uncle Pope. Okay? Don't get crabs. I've never had crabs in my life. Probably. Listen, that's none of your fucking business what's happened with my genital area, okay? Good thing my wife doesn't watch these. My dad probably will, though, so he's probably gonna think I'm crazy. Anyway, whatever, who cares? Okay, so, moving on. So, Raptor Red eventually does end up finding her guy, right? And so, they have a few little baby raptors together. Right? These are baby raptors, shut up. They look more, I know it's like the Hydra, or it's like the little baby alien when it pops out of that guy. And it's like, ee! Hey, you guys know that they actually put that on it was on a stick and there was a hole cut in the table. So it could just be like, ee! When it left, the the alien baby in the fur. Anyway, okay, so it's a pretty cool system for the time. You know what I mean? They really thought creatively when they made that movie. So Raptor Red has babies and she has baby daddy, right? And baby daddy sticks around, man. They got raptor love. You know what I mean? They're all into it. They like each other. They gaze into their raptor eyes and bring each other meats from Arby's and all that other stuff. Cheddar cheese, cheddar beef sandwiches all day, all night, because my man's has got to cut. This really looks like Godzilla. Okay, look. Just a little aside here. If you want to draw Godzilla from the 1998 version, you just got to make sure that he's super boxy. If you do that, you've got Godzilla. That's Godzilla, okay? And then you just put that up there for the little shadow. And then you put a nose right here. And then you give him an eyeball right here. He has teeth sticking out. And then maybe a little bit of perspective on his chin or whatever. He had the Jay Leno chin. You guys remember that? He had the Jay Leno chin. There it is. Yeah, I made a mistake there. Anyway. But, that's essentially Godzilla. Okay? And then just, give him, little sleepies right there. Because, he's tired from Matthew Broderick chasing him around. He had to think little spikes down here. Okay, so that's Zilla. I keep accidentally drawing Zilla. Which most Godzilla fans insist isn't actually Godzilla. To them, I say, elitist scum! So she finds a baby daddy, but what happens is they get on this thing with the dinosaur. It's like a big dinosaur. It's like a brontosaurus or something. I don't remember. Guys, do you really expect me to remember everything from everything that I tell you that I'm going to explain to you? And, for me to know about it? That's unfair, okay? So they're getting this dinosaur, and one comes from over here, and the other comes from over here, and the babies are down here, and they're like, chirp, 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 chirp. That's babies. That's dinosaur babies, okay? So, the baby daddy gets offed. He gets killed. He gets massacred. He gets fucked up. He's dead. And so now the story shifts from Raptor Red, having to, figure her shit out with the baby daddy and make it all work. It goes from that to her having to survive. And the end of the book is kind of, I think at the end of the book she finds somebody else, completely forgets about her baby daddy because she's, a raptor, and, moves on with her life. And then, of course, not in the book, but for those of us who know, contextually, a big meteor hits the Earth, and every dinosaur dies, including Raptor Red's babies, including the Brontosaurus that killed her baby daddy, including the T-Rex that was not in the movie. Book. Okay? Including everybody. And so when the meteor hits, it's just like, blood everywhere and guts and all that good stuff. This is for Braylon right here, because he asked me to. Okay? And after everybody died, Jackson Pollock actually became a thing. I think that's how you spell his name. Anyway, I don't care. I don't like Jackson Pollock. If you like Jackson Pollock, then you probably know something about art. But I don't, so I hate him. Anywho. So what is the moral of this story? If you are a strong, independent, socially conscious, baby wanting raptor, then find a baby daddy so he can get killed. And the Brontosaurus is like, lol. Okay? And I do gotta say, though, like, as far as, like, my impressions of the book, is I actually thought it was really good. Like, when I heard the concept is really crazy, right? Oh, I can do shading. That's kind of cool. The concept is really neat. It's just really cool to think that, there's a lot of individual scenes that I didn't really get into. Like, for example, Raptor Red trying to kill, she was trying to eat a turtle. She was starving. And so she finds a turtle. This is a turtle shell. It's got the, the octagons, and he's right here, and he's all like, ew, I'm a turtle. Right? That's his head. He's a turtle. Okay. So, so her problems with that, like her attempts to, like, bash it against a rock, which I do not think dinosaurs were that smart, but that's actually using tools is, like, actually, like, there's a level of animal intelligence, there's a scale, and using tools puts an animal really high up on there. I don't know if Raptor Red was that high on the scale. But, just like her different struggles. And so, it's not... The thing is that most books, the way they succeed is by humanizing whatever it is that the subject is. And Raptor Red, in a way, is humanized. She's trying to reproduce and, find a guy and take care of that whole situation. And I think for what it is, it's really good. Although, I have to cancel it because Raptor Red is homophobic. Why couldn't Raptor Red find a woman raptor? Just saying. I'm sure there were gay raptors. Don't fucking hate. Backer. What do you know? There's gay monkeys out there and other stuff. You know what I mean? That's a woman. They're women. They're women raptors. Okay? So don't read it. Because apparently Backer didn't stop to think about lesbian raptors. That was a joke. Obviously, I don't know about raptor sexuality, but I do know that she wanted babies, and to have babies back in the day when you were a raptor, there was kind of some steps you had to take, and those involved fucking. Okay? So, this has been Pope Explains Raptor Red. I hope this was informative. I hope it was fun. I have a few more subjects that I'm going to delve into pretty soon. We'll see how it goes. But as for now, I am the one, the only, your favorite and my favorite Pope. And I appreciate you watching this video. Have a nice day. Subscribe. Check out the links in the description, man. I got like my podcast and I got like some other stuff. Check it out and enjoy it, or don't. But otherwise, have a beautiful, wonderful day. And thank you again for watching. Peace.